What's going on, everybody? So today I wanted to talk about something that I've had some people address in my comment section, as well as some previous sort of iterations of the cooldown reduction in Awakening gear also prove this fact, and that is hidden caps related to bonuses that you can get across your gear, especially with the recent addition of the Essence Mastery system. We've gotten basically a whole additional set of damaging abilities in terms of damage increasing, cooldown reduction, or just random bonuses like extra attack speed sometimes for some different items. And so with this, what I wanted to do is test out at least one or two couple combinations of things that I could run. The first one was the attack speed, and I actually did that build, and it actually turned out perfectly, right? There was no cap for attack speed. As I showed you guys in that video, there was 4 different layers of attack speed, and the bottom one was noticeably faster than every other one, despite only a minor increase in attack speed, right? We went from 0 to like 15%, from 15 to 30, then 30 to 60, then 60 to 100%. And you could see the difference between each attack speed. So there was no cap for attack speed. However, you'll notice that a lot of the time we'll have different magic attributes here. Let me see if I can actually find one on my gear. I don't actually know if I have one at the current moment, but you'll find that a lot of these actually end up having some sort of movement speed increase within the magic attributes, which is pretty cool. So that actually has a hidden cap to it as well. Movement speed doesn't actually get to be increased a crazy amount unless you have some sort of skill or something to amplify it. However, I wanted to test something out here with the wizard, because again, this applies to every class, but in different scenarios, if there's a hidden cap to movement speed. So right here, I have Lightning Nova, which is supposed to increase our movement speed by 60% for a short period of time. And then I have Teleport, which is supposed to increase our movement speed by 30%. Now, ideally, if this is additive, it'd be a 90% movement speed increase. And that's what we should be getting. But you'll notice here, as we cast it, you'll notice how fast I run. I've used this so many times in the past. So I'll go ahead and cast it, and I'll play these all in slow motion afterwards, but you can see once I teleport, that's my movement speed after I teleport. And the idea is if I use them both together, I'm gonna be super speedy. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm actually able to be 90% movement speed. It looks to be just whatever Lightning Nova movement speed actually is. Again, I'll have to compare that to each other right after this. So you can see as I slowed it down, it was a little bit more clear. It looks to be similar movement speed. Now, I would love to go ahead and try to open, like if I were to teleport Lightning Nova and then check my stats here and see the movement speed, you can see I have 23.5% movement speed. I don't know why. It's very hard to test this out from that perspective, because what ends up happening is the movement speed kind of dissipates, and I don't know why the Lightning Nova is not casting right now, but the problem is that I can't open up the menu fast enough for me to actually see the numbers behind it. And you can see here again, 23.5% movement speed. I don't know why it keeps saying 23.5. Maybe it's just because of how slow I am at opening it. I could try it one more time. Just drop both of those, open it, and you can see here my movement speed is 10% here, I guess. Let's try that one more time. And we have 23.5. So again, in the stat menu, it doesn't even make sense, right? If we're getting, let's say, 90% increased movement speed, 23.5% still doesn't make sense, because what's 90% of your movement speed should be 90% movement speed, right? And if it's 90% of the increase that we already have, it should be 19%. So 23.5% doesn't really make sense. So as far as like inside the game, maybe I'm not timing it right and not opening the menu fast enough or something like that. I don't know really what's going on. So like right there, it says 70%. So clearly it's fading quickly, and we're trying to be able to get that mass movement speed increase. But the most I've ever seen is 70%. That's the most I've ever seen. And again, if it's 90%, it should be the massive amount equal to 100% total, right? Because 70% makes sense. Why? Because I have 10% already, 70% is 60% on top of that. So any number inside the game, all I've been able to find is 100% or 70%, rather than 100% is what it should be. And so it looks to be like these abilities are kind of, I guess you could say, overlapping each other, and they're not actually the best to run together. Now, that could be true, or you could just use them separately, like run this as the movement speed, right? You can just pop this to get your movement speed and then pop that to increase your movement speed still after the lightning nova is over. But I was hoping that some of the abilities would be able to stack a little bit better. And again, I've not been able to see any proof that we're able to get higher movement speed. Again, I've slowed down the frames, I've checked the stat menus, and I cannot tell if you're going faster. It does not look it, it does not seem it, and I cannot tell from the stat menu. At least the stat menu proves that it's not. And this is the same application to every other classes, but as I said, in different ways. So for example, a lot of people in the comment section were mentioning their Demon Hunter and how their Vengeance has a cap to their cooldown decrease. Now this is something that we saw earlier on in the game, but you'll see here, for example, the Heart of Vengeance here, you can reduce the cooldown even further. You see down to 16.2%. And I believe if you run the pants that give you extra vengeance damage, that actually increases the damage of the rockets. Let me see, I think there's another one that gives you a percentage damage increase. There we go. Again, this one doesn't actually decrease cooldowns. So really the only one that I've been able to find, let me know if there's anything else, like maybe Vision of the Lost. Okay, here we go. Vengeance cooldown decreased again, 1.2%. So between the helmet, some people running Vision of the Lost, between the chest piece, which are some people running the 15% cooldown reduction, and then the extra cooldown reduction that you're getting from Essence Mastery can add up to quite a lot. And then you add on things like the Awakening, right? The Awakening reduces your Vengeance cooldown if you use it on that chest piece or on that helmet. So it's going to be even further reduced in terms of cooldown. However, the game doesn't actually tell you there's hidden caps to how much cooldown reduction that you can actually do. Now, I have not tested for every single class. The only ones that I've tested is for the Demon Hunter. Early on in the game, when we were running with the Awakening, there was a lot of people sharing screenshots and sharing information about hidden cooldown caps for Demon Hunter, so you don't necessarily want to go for the Awakening on those pieces because your cooldown can't be reduced any further. And this is coming back to us because, again, we're getting more cooldown reduction with the Essence Mastery system. Now, the question is, I want to know from you all, are other classes experiencing the same thing? For example, I don't know about Crusader. We can reduce the cooldown reduction on Holy Banner. If we're running, let's say Holy Banner there, and then we run the duration with the Folly of Zakarum, and then extending the banner duration, and then potentially, I don't know, another banner upgrade that's going to reduce cooldown. I don't know which item would, but anyways, the point is, with all those upgrades and the Awakenings, are you guys reaching a cooldown cap that you notice isn't actually reducing any of the abilities further? Again, this is all I've experienced as far as the Awakening. This was a common theme way back when. And then as of recently, people are saying that it seems to be cooldown capped on the Demon Hunter. And I've noticed it for the Wizard for movement speed as I was trying to test a farming build, like a super speed farming build, running like Isatar set and then 100% movement speed. And it would have been pretty cool. But as far as I can see right now is that it doesn't really work together. And all you get is the same speed you would have gotten from Lightning Nova, which is a little unfortunate. So again, this is both a PSA as well as sort of a collective information gathering video to where I want to know if this is something that other people have noticed as you're playing other classes, because I am not swapping classes anytime soon. I'm still playing the Wizard, so I won't be able to test all of these classes out individually myself because it takes some time to get the Essence Mastery system. So the better information that we have, the more information that we have, the more people that can let us know, the better it is for everyone. That way they can craft their builds properly, because obviously if you're going to go for a build and you want some sort of Awakening, especially since people are spending money on the Awakening sometimes, that's going to be basically a complete waste of money because your cooldown reduction is going to give you anything. And that's important to know. So thanks for watching, everyone. Again, let me know what you guys have found in the comment section down below. If you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to like the video, sub to the channel. See you all tomorrow.